All right, I'm gonna do this video here comparing GeForce Now and Google Stadia. So this is all like live. I don't have any video editing stuff. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a gamer that's got both. So, uh, little details about my setup. Since they're cloud-based, you probably would want to know. Um, I primarily I play on PC. I've got a 1440p monitor here. I think it's got like 165 hertz. I got it for Christmas a few years ago, so it's great. Um, let's see, my desktop is actually connected uh, to my little Google thing here. Um, so it's wireless. Sorry about the dust. um, but yeah, I've got a mesh Wi-Fi system that my desktop is connected to. So specifically the Google Mesh one. So both of them out. We'll be playing over that. I do have a Switch, not a Nintendo Switch, that I'm using right here. That my work laptop is connected to, and also my desktop, and they both connect into this thing. All right, so let's get started. Let's start with some GeForce Now. GeForce Now is cool. I like it. Um, Here are the different prices of different tiers that you have to choose from. You can get a free tier, you get a basic rig. I forget what's in the basic rig, but you do have hour length sessions. There are a bunch of free games on GeForce Now, so that's great. They have the priority, which is pretty good. So $9.99 a month, $10 a month. You get RTX on, priority access to premium servers. Your game session is capped at 6 hours, and of course, everything's capped at 1080p at 60 FPS. If you're a baller and you want the absolute best experience, you can sub to the RTX 380 tier, which is $100. Every 6 months, you get RTX 3080. You still have a cap of 8 hours of game time. I'm guessing that's a day now that I think about it, but I feel like if you're gaming 8 hours a day and it's not your full time job and you're not on vacation or something, you probably need something else to do. Personal opinion. Um, Also, you get up to 1440p at 120 FPS on PC and Mac, which is what you will see when I start playing. Um, if you want 4K HDR, you have to have the Shield TV, and the Shield TV is another $150 to $200. So if you have one, you're in luck. If you don't, and you want to play 4K, on top of this subscription, you're going to have to go out and buy some more hardware to use this. All right, so that said, I've got the app open. Boom. You see Rainbow Six Extraction just came out. We won't be playing that today, not yet. Just so you can see, I do have 3080 tier. Let's play some. Oh, so it connects to your Steam and Epic libraries. I subscribe to Ubisoft Plus, which I think is fantastic. I think everybody should have that, by the way. Um, Even if you're like a console gamer, if you've got your Xbox or your PS5 and you want to play some Ubisoft games, I would say just go ahead and sub to that, and then you can play them all on. Not every game is on GeForce Now, but a lot of them are on. Most of them are on Google Stadia, I believe, and I mean Stadia's free. It's capped at 1080, but we'll get into that later on. All right. So let's see. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. This is GeForce Now. I am further in the game on PC than I am on the Stadia version. A lot of games will like sync across platforms. I don't think Cyberpunk is one of them. I've never actually tried. So let's go ahead and click play. You can see it's loading. At least I thought. There we go. Okay. Thought it froze for a second. I was about to say, oh no. I'm not sure why this looks terrible. Oh, it's the other thing. Both of these might look terrible because, well, you can see it says spotty connection. Um, but my wife is like on an all-day Zoom call too, so that will probably affect both of them. So I'm using mouse and keyboard. You can use a controller for some games. I think you can use a controller for Cyberpunk. Actually, my favorite controller to use is the Stadia one, which is why it was on my desk. If you have an Xbox controller that you've played with for years, stick with that. But the Stadia one is pretty good too. And you can see, I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. You can see the 3080. We do have a little. I'm not sure if this is just with Cyberpunk, but for me, it's like it goes fast and then it goes slow. Like it's a little jerky. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. But I mean, you can see like the ray tracing and all that stuff. Like it is a gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game. First of all, they put in a lot of work since they released it. Um, I mean, you can see they did a very good job. And this is again, this is the 3080 tier. So, um, yeah. I mean, it's. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna shoot anybody. I don't want to be that guy. I'm doing something illegal apparently. All right. So yeah, I mean, you can see like it's beautiful. I mean, you guys saw what it was like to fire it up. It's pretty good. All right, so now let's get out of here. Let's look at Stadia. Quick game. Both of these have mobile apps too, so you can play them on your phone. Uh, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Like if you're traveling and whatnot. All right, so that's about it for GeForce Now. I think it's great. I also think it's really great if you have like a really big existing. If you're a PC gamer like me, you have a big existing library like on your Steam or Epic Games or something like that. Not every game, but a lot of those games are on GFN. And if you have um, an aging video card for whatever reason, be it that you don't you can't get your hand on one of the newer ones that are coming out, um, because of crypto miners and all that stuff. I've got a Vega 56, um, so I mean it's not new, but it's certainly aged. It still works great. Um, but yeah, I mean that may be a reason why you would even consider using GeForce Now in the first place. You still have access to a lot of your games with a high-powered system. It's great. Um, so now let's take a look at Stadia. So Stadia, I typically play in a browser. You can also see Rainbow Six Extraction here. Came out. I think I actually have this through Ubisoft Plus, so I don't need to buy it again. Oh, there's Cyberpunk right there. I was playing some Samurai Showdown. Uno is actually a lot of fun too. I like to play Uno before I fall asleep. Um, all right. You can see the resolution here is 1440p. Um, just like the GeForce Now Cyberpunk that we were playing. You'll notice that it's you don't see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that is going on. You remember with GeForce Now, like it showed it logging into like my Steam account and all that stuff. With Stadia, you just get a screen that looks like this. It's working its magic, and then it starts. I'm not sure if it's my system or my setup, but when I play GeForce Now on my desktop, I usually get the spotty connection warning. Um, so I guess if you are connected directly to your gateway or your router, then you probably wouldn't get that. But my gateway is downstairs, which is why I've got a mesh setup. Um, and this works good. I know people are like, "Why don't you just run some cables?" And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna need to get somebody to come out here and um, like install some stuff because I can't have these cables running through my house. My wife would kill me. Um, I tried Powerline, but actually it turns out that the mesh Wi-Fi actually worked better than the Powerline. So this is where I am. Anyways, so you can see, Cyberpunk is loaded. I'm in a different spot in the game, so um, I think I chose to be like the person that's out in the rural part of the game. I forget which tier that is. It's like you're a corporate person or like you're somebody else or something. I don't know. But anyways, you can see this is where I am. The graphics here they're not bad. Are they GFN level? No. They're not. The 3080 is graphically is absolutely supreme. Um, but again, you're gonna pay for that for sure. Um, I mean, you can see that it doesn't look bad. Um, it's certainly comparable to like the console versions. I think. Um, I do think that the Stadia version might have different settings you can tweak around with uh, graphically. So there's like you've got high frame rate mode, which is what I have now, or you can do the visual mode. Um, I will say that both of these actually look better. Again, my wife is hogging all the bandwidth on the network. So things are a little fuzzier here, but it's not it's not bad for a system that's free. I will say that I do subscribe to Pro, so I do get the 4K. Oh, that's the other thing. So the 4K on Stadia, as long as you have, I think as long as you have a 4K capable device, you should have 4K. With the exception, if you're playing on your PC, you have to make sure that your video card supports what is it? VPN 9, or VP9, yeah. So you see up here. If not, then you can. There's a Chrome extension you can get called, is it Stadia uh, Plus, or I don't know. There's an extension you can use to force it to use VP9. Um, and there you can force the 1440p, um, 4K, and all that stuff. Since my monitor is 1440p monitor, that's what we'll be playing at. But if you have a Chromecast Ultra, like if you want to play in your TV and all that stuff, um, that will be 4K. You don't need the um, extension for that. It'll now based on whatever device it's connected to, and if you subscribe to the Stadia Pro. Um, I will say it is nice. So, like, I was on vacation last month with the family, and we used the Chromecast. Or I just brought my Chromecast Ultra. It's like about like this big, and I just took it with me, and it was nice just being able to plug it into the Airbnb TV that we had in the living room. We were all able to play some Jackbox games and all that stuff. I will say it's since Stadia is a new platform and is not based off of your existing library of games, you will have to buy new games. I know a lot of people say that, oh, why would I have to pay a subscription just to buy games? That's wrong. You can simply just buy the game. They will just be capped at 1080p. I do think that the Pro subscription is worth it, not necessarily for the 4K, but since they do give you a handful of games every month, I have been introduced to a lot of games that I wouldn't normally have been introduced to. Like the Dark Side Detective, great series, fantastic series. It's probably my favorite series that I've played last year. So give that a shot, regardless of whatever platform you want to play it on. Um, the Stadia controller is nice. Um, I typically use mouse and keyboard since I'm usually here on my computer, but if I'm playing on my TV downstairs, then I have another Premier Edition controller that I'll use. And the controller is interesting because it connects to uh, your Wi-Fi, and then it connects to the data center instead of like through the actual device that's being used to play Stadia. I don't know. It's fancy magic, but it's super cool. I think they do that to like reduce latency and all this stuff. Um, Anyways, back to this. You can see that it's not as smooth as the GFN for sure. Again, not a deal breaker, but I would expect GFN uh, to look better for how much it cost because it's a lot more expensive than Stadia. So if you want the absolute best, I would say absolutely go GeForce Now. If you want something that's a little bit more portable and it's all right, it's not a deal breaker, then Stadia is great. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys. I don't have Cyberpunk on here, but I know a lot of you guys out there haven't seen Amazon Luna, and Luna is tons of fun. In my opinion, Luna is gonna give you your best bang for your buck. They do have quite a few games. You can see that they have the new Rainbow Six Extraction 2. But I mean, it's like $6 a month, something like that, and you get all these games. I mean, it works fantastic. Um, for example, I was going to buy Chorus on Stadia, but they added it to Luna, and I was like, well, I guess if I were to buy it on Stadia, I would want to have it at 4K. Um, that would be the only reason. Otherwise, I already have it here. Um, it's unfortunate that it's not in more countries, but um, I'm sure they're going to fix that, and they're also going to roll out 4K at some point. Um, but I can show you guys some Control. Same sort of thing. You just click on it and click play now. Control is an excellent game too, by the way. I finished it on PC, so um, because that is my preferred way to play games is on my PC. But I can see myself going cloud 100% soon. Actually, the big thing that keeps me from going cloud 100% is the fact that you can't mod games on the cloud, which I guess it's not a bad thing, but to me that is part of the fun about being a PC gamer is being able to mod some of your games. But I think that also leads itself to cheating. So um, I'm not saying that I cheat, but I know like a lot of people, or there are some people out there that like the cheating games and whatnot, and I mainly use like mods for single player games because a lot of times I'm just playing for the story and all that stuff because I guess I'm a millennial boomer now. Whatever, I'll admit it. I'll play on easy mode, but if you want to dust off that Street Fighter 4 or maybe some Marvel vs. Capcom from back in the day, you can get this work. um, so yeah, I mean, here's Luna. I mean, you can see it works great. It is capped at 1080p. Let's see. Let's go full screen mode here. Federal Bureau of Control. So I mean, you can see Jesse looks great here. I'm using keyboard and mouse again. Um, no, there's not really any input uh, latency or anything. Again, I think anything that I'm seeing here is because my wife is on a Zoom call. She's probably like, "Why is my video stuttering?" Sorry, baby. Um, but no, I mean, you can see like she looks great. I think that Luna's a dark horse, man. I know everybody's talking about GFN is the future, and Stadia is dying. I honestly don't think Stadia is dying. I think it's part of a Google Cloud platform, so it'll be interesting to see what moves they're going to make with the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. But I will say, Luna is don't sleep on it, man. I think it's a dark horse. Um, the only other platform that I've tried cloud wise, I haven't tried PS Now, but I have tried Xbox Cloud Gaming. I think Game Pass, especially Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass PC, is excellent if you are a Microsoft fan. For me, I was just getting it for just to try XCloud, and personally, I didn't like it. Um, as of right now, it's capped at 1080p, which is the same as Luna, but I can get Luna for cheaper. Um, 1080p is also like free tier Stadia, and it's also free in the middle tier GeForce Now. Um, the main deal breaker for me was that you are stuck using a controller. Not saying that the games that you download using Game Pass, like Game Pass PC, but if you want to play anything you play on XCloud, you have to use a controller or the direct touch that they have on the screen and whatnot. So once they get